Hello and welcome to the world premiere of Sports Night, an inside look at North Penn sports from the North Penn Television Studios. I'm your host, Kyle Berger. Joining us on the show today will be North Penn lacrosse players Sarah Snyder and Jamie Willis. But first, let's recap the week in sports. The North Penn baseball team started its week off with a bang Monday with a dismantling of the Abington Ghosts 11-1. Andy Godshaw scattered 5 hits over the game and got the win on the mound. Joe Alcaro and the brothers Wojcik, Mike and Steve each had 2 hits. Older brother Mike Wojcik had a triple, and younger brother Steve hit a double. The Knights' record now stands at 6-5. The team had a huge win to wrap up a tough week of competition in the Suburban 1 League last week. The Knights more than doubled up CB East with a 19-8 victory over the Patriots. The 12-run 6th inning was the difference in the ballgame. Joe Alcaro and Mike Hauser each had a home run for the Knights, and Josh Wagner got the win on the mound. Earlier in the week, the Knights defeated CB West by a score of 7-3. Josh Kohler struck out 6 in a winning effort on the mound. On Wednesday, the Knights ran into the Penn Ridge Rams, one of the top teams in the area. The Rams came out on top 9-4. The 4 North Penn runs came from a Mike Hauser grand slam. The Knights play against Neshaminy on Wednesday and at Truman on Friday. The Maidens lacrosse team continues to dominate the Suburban 1 League. Monday, the Maidens dominated Abington, winning by a touchdown and a field goal 17-7. Alyssa Moser blew up with 6 goals, while Shannon Hungate added 4 of her own. Nikki Leone continued her hot scoring with a hat trick for North Penn. Their record is now 8-2 overall and an undefeated 8-0 in the league. Last week, they received 2 wins, the first of which was a 20-8 shellacking of Penn Ridge. Nikki Leone scored 6 goals, while Alyssa Moser added 6 of her own. In all, the Maidens saw 7 different players score. Later in the week against rival Council Rock, North Penn squeezed past the Indians with a 9-6 victory. Once again, Nikki Leone led the team with 3 goals. Yashonda Wisher held down the fort for the Maidens in goal. They host CB West this week, and they will travel to Norristown to close out their schedule this week. The girls' soccer team at North Penn finished the week with a 6-6 record after defeating Ben Salem 4-1 and Penn Ridge 3-1, while dropping a tough loss to Lansdale Catholic. In the game against the Ben Salem Owls, the Maidens got a pair of goals from Rachel Wilson and solid goaltending from Jackie Trahey. Leanne Schwartz led the Maidens against Penn Ridge by netting 2 goals of her own. The Maidens dropped a very hard-fought match against their crosstown rivals, Lansdale Catholic, on Monday, 2-1, despite outshooting Lansdale Catholic 19-14. The Maidens will be playing at Pennsbury and Souderton this week, while they host Council Rock on Thursday. For the softball team, 7 errors against Abington were the difference in a 7-3 loss yesterday. Jamie Petro absorbed the loss for the Maidens, but chipped in with 2 hits at the plate. Janine Fonda also had a pair of hits for the Maidens. Dawn Edwards had the lone extra base hit for North Penn with a double. Their record is now 5-9. Last week, the Maidens went 2-1 in league competition. On Friday, the Maidens pulled out a dramatic 3-2 victory over visiting CB East in the bottom of the 7th inning. Janine Fonda knocked in the game-tying run and scored the game-winning run on a Lindsey Rogers sac fly. On Wednesday, the team fell short against CB West 2-1. Despite West's 4 errors throughout the game, the Maidens could not capitalize on their opportunities. The Maidens did start the week off with a win, though, beating Penn Ridge 3-2. Molly Meehan knocked in the tying run, and Dawn Edwards brought the winning run home for the Maidens. For the rest of the week, North Penn will host Truman and then travel to Neshaminy. In tennis, the Knights shut out the visiting Ben Salem Owls 7-0 on Monday to improve their record to 8-2. The Knights' top 2 single players, Cliff Nunn and George Jew, did not drop 1 game in either of their matches. Also, congratulations to Cliff Nunn, who captured the Suburban 1 League title this past weekend in singles play. He will advance to the District 1 tournament, where he will now try to qualify for the PIAA tournament, which he won last year as a freshman. Meanwhile, the team started off last week with a loss to Council Rock, but ended with 2 wins over CB West and CB East. The district championships are this weekend. And the North Penn volleyball team spiked their way through last week, winning 2 convincing victories, but dropping a hard-fought loss to Lower Merion. Against Abington earlier in the week, the Knights took less than a half an hour to do away with the Ghosts, winning 15-3 and 15-1. Ben Tarnowski rolled off 10 straight points on his serve as the Knights dominated. The Knights did not have as much of an easy time against Ben Salem, however. They did win 15-10, 16-14, but were trailing in both games and came back to win. In that match, Rob Tybring, Jeff Busby, and Chris Maylott each had 6 kills. And against the very powerful Lower Merion Aces on Saturday, the Knights got aced themselves as they fell 15-11, 15-12. Vic Patel had 4 kills and 13 digs for North Penn. This week, the Knights play Neshaminy and CB East. The North Penn track and field teams had respectable showings at this past weekend's Penn Relays. The maidens 4x400 relay team of Nia Campbell, Erica Parker, Jen Crocco, and Cheryl Smith broke the 4-minute mark for the first time this season with a time of 3 minutes, 58.92 seconds. That time was good enough for 5th place in the championship finals. Also, the maidens 4x100 relay team of Jill McCourt, Allison Kelleher, Erica Parker, and Casey Allison set a school record with their time of 50.34 seconds. In boys action, the Knights 4x800 relay team of Matt Antunes, Lee Benedette, Dan Tantino, and Pat O'Malley finished 5th with a time of 7 minutes, 55.04 seconds. Track teams compete against Truman this week, and then will be at the Trojan Classic at Wissahickon. In other track news, Dan Tantino will be joining older brother Scott Tantino at Villanova University. Dan turned down offers from both St. Joseph's and LaSalle to walk on for Nova. Scott Tantino earned all Big East honors for the Wildcats this season as a sophomore in cross country, and Dan hopes to follow in his footsteps. Best of luck to the Tantino brothers in their track careers. And that's your look at North Penn sports. Stay with us, though, because after the break, Sarah Snyder and Jamie Willis will join me for a few questions about North Penn's lacrosse team. We'll be back after this.
They broke the law at every turn. They had no restraint. They were rebels without a clue.
What's wrong with you guys?
Oh, compound fractures, contusions.
No, I mean, why no safety belts?
It's just what dummies do.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is what I do.
Busted for not wearing safety belts.
Hey, pal, it's the law.
Police are ticketing across the nation. Buckle your safety belt.
Welcome back, everybody. Joining us now are North Penn Maidens lacrosse players Sarah Snyder and Jamie Willis. Thanks for joining us today, girls. Sarah, we'll start with you. Did you expect to have this good of a season? You guys are 8-2 overall and 8-0 in the league right now.
Yeah, I think we did expect it. We have so many returning varsity players, and we just knew that we were going to have a good team because everyone works well together.
Jamie, you're one of those returning varsity players. Last year, you guys had a pretty decent season, but coming into this season, just as I asked Sarah, did you expect really to have an undefeated season in the league so far?
I think last year when we ended up with our playoff loss to Upper Dublin, we came in this year and we wanted to kind of get revenge and stay undefeated in our league, which we are now, and come into every game like it's going to be a tough game and play it really hard. So we expected to do well.
Now this year you have a new coach, Stormy Vogel. How have you guys adjusted to her style of coaching?
It really hasn't been different than Mrs. Bunning's style, but we had her last year. She was an assistant coach, so she's really been very nice to us, letting us do what we're used to doing, so it's been good transition.
Now, Sarah, you played defense for the lacrosse team. Any new defensive systems by Mrs. Vogel, or just same stuff as Jamie said from last year on defense?
It's been basically the same stuff. I mean, everyone's put in basically their same position, except for maybe a few changes with a few people. But other than that, it's been basically what we've regularly played. It's been perfect transition.
Okay, Jamie, your prospects for the postseason, you said a tough playoff loss last year, hoping to get a little further this year?
Yeah, definitely. We want to extend later on to the playoffs. We played Downingtown and Upper Perk non-league games, which we lost, and those are our 2 losses of the season. And hopefully we'll meet one of those teams during playoffs, and I think that we can come out with a win.
A league championship probably this year
Yeah,
for you guys?
definitely.
Okay. Now, the only obstacle left in your way, Sarah, is of course Souderton, a big crosstown interleague rival. You beat them once this year, and you're playing them next Thursday. How do you guys gear up for a big game like that?
Well, basically, we're really excited. We take it as any game, being as Souderton's our toughest game. We just come in like we're gonna win or try to win, just play our hardest, especially against Souderton, being as they've just been our rival for.
Okay. Now, Jamie, you just received a full-ride scholarship to LaSalle University. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, was it a tough decision to go there? You're a three-sport varsity athlete here at North Penn. You scored 1,000 points in basketball. You had to give up basketball to go to LaSalle to play field hockey and lacrosse. Did you find that as a hard decision to make?
Yeah, it was definitely a hard decision, but it seems like so long ago that I made the decision, and it was before basketball season, and I really like the coaches, and LaSalle as a university, the academics are great, so I think it would be a really good experience.
So it was better for you to have that out of the way coming into basketball
coming
season.
into basketball season, I really didn't have anything to worry about. I was kind of, just playing because I love basketball, and maybe someday I'll play it again. You never know. I might play at LaSalle, but as of now, I'm playing field hockey and lacrosse.
Okay. Thanks a lot to Jamie and Sarah for joining us, and that will bring to a close the inaugural edition of Sports Night. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. For North Penn Television, I'm Kyle Berger. Goodbye, everybody.